Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. My name is Todd Ronan from Reality Forecast, and I'm joined with my co-host, Daniel Lakstins.
Hey guys.
Today, I want to talk to you guys about manifestation. Everyone talks about it. Nobody tells you how to do it. And they tell you just go ahead and wish it true, and that's all you need, right? They forget all the other steps in between.
It's absolutely true. And that's exactly the steps to take. Important. Once you have enough money to survive on, then you can really truly focus your attention on what you'd really like to create in the life that you're living right now, here and now. The main three things that everyone wants is a relationship, a significant other. They want money to be able to enjoy spending time with that person, and they want to feel like they're doing something that they're passionate with. So whatever their work is, whether they own a business or whether they want to work for a company, but money's not what you want.
It
Remember
is.
this. No, money. We want the experiences that money can buy. Nobody wants the money. I mean, it's like money is just a piece of paper laying there. It's just an exchange method. What we want is the things, so that way we can have the experience. It's all about the experience. We're on planet Earth. This is a roller coaster ride. We're in an amusement park, and everyone's stuck over there in the horror part of the park, where I personally prefer to be over in the utopian part of this amazing park that we're in.
Well, that's how Daniel and I differ. He lives in utopia, and I live in dystopia. That's why we have a nice connection with each other.
Oh,
Um,
just to let everyone know too, I'm a reality creation coach. So that I teach through my program called Ultimate Reality Surfing. But Ron and I are like, we love to talk about remote viewing. We love to talk about reality creation, and we love to help others to be able to master this inherent ability that you already have. It's just that our minds are blocking us. Like you were saying earlier, we're resisting. We don't allow ourselves to have these things.
Things are changing in my life dramatically right now. Things are changing in your life right now.
Yes, they are.
Here down in the southern belt, we're seeing a lot of blossoms. We're seeing blue bonnets out in the fields, and we're seeing the trees start to sprout. And just as that birth becomes anew with plants, we have that ability to regrow within ourselves. And this is a great opportunity for springtime to really take inventory of what's holding you back, what your lacks are, what your vices are, because those are things that keep you in a low vibration and you're not able to create.
Reprogramming ourselves with the program that we want. Because the reason why we don't allow ourselves to have something, or we say that, oh, that person's rich, I can't be rich because I don't want to be rich because I don't want to be that terrible human being. But most people have never met truly wealthy people. If you meet truly wealthy people, they're skinny, they're beautiful. They're not concerned. They're chill. They're really nice. It's the people that just got the money and now their ego is messing with them. And then those are basically the assholes, that we think of. And the thing is when you're thinking, well, I want to manifest this, but I don't want to be an asshole. And eventually you'll just know it's happening. It starts first with the hope that builds up that faith so you can believe. And then the more you practice, the more confirmations you start having happen to you, then you start to not just believe, but it's happening. And once it's no stopping.
Well, it's a big leap for a lot of people, and they believe that they can't get there from where they're at right now. So I guess the three best things that Daniel and I can recommend that you do is identify what you feel those blocks are, whether they're a bias towards rich people, whether they're an aversion to money, whether they're an aversion to success, whether they're an aversion to failure, because that is a strong uh, holding back chain for a lot of people. They're afraid to fail, but the most successful people are excited to fail because on their 10,000th try, then they're successful. So you have to embrace the failure and embrace the idea that I'm going to break this, break this, break this until I make this, because that's what they feel like and that's what they do and that's how they live their lives.
I made mistakes. I did bad things, or I didn't work for it. You know, why should, well, you'll hear people say this all the time. It's like you're driving down like, oh, look at that. They got that, but they didn't work for it. And the thing is, it's hard to develop your receiving muscle if you feel that I'm not worthy because I screwed things up. And so I need to be punished. That's just crazy that people think that way, although we're programmed that way. Or the second thing is that, yeah, I didn't work for it. So I don't deserve it. I have to put in a lot of work to get something like that. And if that's your belief system, well, the belief system is what's preventing you from manifesting.
So if you really just embrace forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of your life, your stance, your current situation in life, that's removing that impediment to say, I'm not worthy of it. I don't deserve it.
Exactly. And once you forgive yourself, it becomes easier to forgive others. So many things built up inside of us that has to be reprogrammed. That's the reason why it's been a long journey for a lot of people. They're like, well, I'm a manifester, but I know I manifested this and this and this. The thing is, you have to build up your confirmations and to know that, yeah, you are worthy, but you got to do the inner work.
You're worthy. You have to do the work. You have to forgive yourself, and you have to set the intention. And you set the intention and you give energy to it, and then you let it go, and then release that out into the universe, and that will come back to you. And probably not the ways that you think that it will.
No, your inner self, higher self, God, the universe, they're gonna surprise you. Oh, every time. It's like, usually if you think of exactly the most perfect way, it's just not going to happen. There's nothing wrong with during the day just visualizing and enjoying driving the nice car. During the day, just sitting back and just visualizing being with an amazing person that you're having a great time with. If we go to it and then think, oh, it's not here yet, then you feel that negative energy start to seep in. That's what is pulling the roots up before your manifestation sprouts. A lot of teachers say, don't try to manifest things on days that you're having a bad day, but you can practice even when you do have bad days or off days. Practice it. You'll get it does work.
But we can engineer ourselves to have great days, and we can do that by programming ourselves before we wake up. When we go to sleep, tomorrow's going to be a great day. Tomorrow's going to be a successful day. We hold on to that as we go to sleep, and then we wake up and feel refreshed and feel more vibrant and alive that day. So if people want to manifest something, would you recommend that they start with something insanely huge, or they begin with something small at first so they can see how it works and they can see what's going to happen?
Always small, that because you're building your, I call them empirical datas, but you're building your confirmation. So small. The only reason why you don't start with the big ones is because you don't believe that it's going to happen. You have to be always happy in a really good mood. You have to have things. Once you're in that flow, you can think about some things and you just run into the right people. You're in the right place. When I travel, that's the way it is. If I'm in Europe or anywhere I go, I don't even have to plan anything. Everything just happens. It falls into place. But when I'm here in America, living, it's yeah. I go back to try to manifest the small things. What I'm saying? It's the same power. It's all that a matter of how much we believe or know it's going to happen. And if we have doubts that it's going to happen, then it creates resistance, and balancing forces from the universe will come out and kick you and knock you to the ground. It's the truth. Yeah. It's natural occurring balancing forces. Well, there's natural occurring forces in the universe that create stability. And if your mind is saying, I want this, but then, well, we'll use the example of, climbing up on something. If you're afraid you're going to fall, you're going to fall, right? I mean, just it always, whatever your most dominant thought is, things happen. The reason why is because balancing forces are going to knock you down. But if you don't care too much, just care a little bit, but not too much, then that resistance goes away, and then you're flowing, and then it happens. Then you can act cool. You can be cool.
And that brings me to the closing point about it being the vernal equinox. And there's a mishmash of a balance of light and dark forces that you can take advantage of when spring blossoms in the next couple of weeks. So take inventory of your current surroundings, take inventory of your current ideas about your vision for what you want to create this spring, and understand what's holding you back. Really write those things down and just figure out where they're coming from. If they're coming from someone else that has that belief that they're throwing at you, so that in the next week or so, we'll bring this up again before spring happens, but I want you guys to take inventory of yourself. We'll help you with manifesting something small that then you can share with us and share with the rest of the audience that's watching. If I wanted to manifest $1 million, but I'm not going to pick up a briefcase that has $1 million in it, because I don't believe that I can do that. And there'd be a lot of problems with finding $1 million, but there aren't that many problems with finding
that's another belief, though. If you believe there's a problem with finding it, then all of those are beliefs that stack. There's no way of knowing. There's all kinds of situations where it could just pop into reality, and yeah, it's yours. If you're praying for it, you might add the words with safety for all involved in this manifestation. Now, you'll read books, and I'm more of a positive guy. Some of the books says that where I can't even say it now. There's a coin one where it's like, so that way no one gets murdered, no one dies. No, and it's like, no, you don't want to even say those words out loud. So I just say safety. There is no in the universe. It's always positive. So whatever your dominant thought is, it's like, I don't want to get hit by a car. I don't. It's like you would never say that to someone. Hey, have a good night. You always say be safe, but you say have a good night. Don't get hit by a car on the way home. I mean, who says that? But we do that to ourselves all the time.
And the part that's preventing us from jumping that next level into the manifestors that I want you to become.
Absolutely. I want them to become amazing manifestors.
So set an intention this weekend for something small to come to you as a, what did you call it? Not a reward, but a
confirmation.
A confirmation marker that you can achieve this. And that should help give you the confidence that you can grow more and more steps as you break through the programming you have of negativity and the negative cycle and the belief system.
When I was in first grade, I won a bicycle, the grand prize of the school. But the thing is now later on in life, you can write your wins down. All these manifestations or if you're winning at something, write it down, because it's confirmation that you're manifesting. You thought about it and then you forgot about it and then it showed up. And then write those down. Keep track of them. The more when you read back over them, then it's calibrating your energy. So and the same thing with dream journals. We write those down too, so that way we can tap more into the universal consciousness.
We wish you all success in your manifestation journey. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate seeing you again. And
you too.
If anybody wants to find me, they can look at the link below. Also, please like and subscribe. We appreciate it when you do that. And we'll see you guys next time.
See y'all.
Have a great weekend.
Well, I want to manifest this, but I don't want to be an asshole.